To the beat of a drum. To the beat of a drum.
Once I realized, okay, I don't want to be a biomedical scientist. I want a job that will challenge me and is different every day. And I was really thinking about it and I was like, damn, my parents were right. I think I'm going to become a teacher. And honestly, it is the best decision I've ever made. When I'm not marking, planning lessons or observing lessons, most of the time you will find me down in the gym or the sports hall coaching the basketball academy. One of the things that has most excited me about coming to this specific school, they started the basketball academy. They had that in mind when they saw my CV and they were really excited to work with me, and it's been a fantastic experience.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome back to Fonsporge International Sports Centre for live coverage of the Speedo and BUCS Long Course Swimming Championships 2022, part of the Speedo and BUCS National Swimming Series. 2.5 days of competition coming to a close right now over the next 60 minutes. It is going to be an absolute cracker. What a weekend we've had thus far, starting on Friday night, an entire day yesterday. A long old session this morning, and they were all trying to make their way into this session right now, starting in a couple of moments' time. A big thank you to our headline partner, Speedo, a global brand working alongside BUCS and University Swimming. They've been on the venue throughout the weekend. And also a big thanks to Teach First, also a partner here for the Speedo and BUCS Championships. If you're looking for a career in teaching, have a look at the Teach First website. So plenty of names already winning plenty of medals throughout this long course championship weekend. This is our second and final session. The competition ends today. And across the next 60 minutes, our officials, as you can see on the left-hand side, have just been making their way out to poolside. Our announcers just going through the official referees and starters' names as per usual in these great competitions. My name is Ewan Dunlop. Very much looking forward to bringing you this final session. Take advantage of the chat box on YouTube. Leave as many messages as you can. I'll go through as many as I can. Of course, with the finals, a lot of concentration, and there's a lot of hooters going on around the venue too. The noise is brilliant. I'm sure you can hear that in the background as well. So take advantage of the chat box. Any messages for loved ones and teammates. Let me know when they're racing, who they are and where you are watching from. We have had a worldwide audience over the last couple of days, and we don't expect that to finish any time soon. So we are literally a couple of minutes away. You can just about see the feet on the top of your screen there. Those feet are those of our first competitors, and we are getting underway right now. So first of all, our 200 metre butterfly finalists from lane 0. That is Strathclyde's Katie Taylor. In 1, Swansea's Megan Allison. In 2, Birmingham's Frances New. She's happy to be here. Yvonne Brown of Aberdeen in 3. Stirling's Kiana McInnes in 4. Kiara Sloshen of Edinburgh. Jennifer King of Stirling in 6. And Katrina Price of Bath in lane number 7. J.L. Carnes of Aberdeen in 8. And finally in 9, Ellie O'Keefe of Cambridge. So the fastest from the heats, Kiana McInnes of Stirling. He was a 2:13.87, a second and a half quicker than Kira Schlossen. They were also, in that order, gold and silver medalists at the Short Course Championships in December. The BUCS record is 2:09.21. And away they go. So plenty of these swimmers, names you'll have seen throughout the entire competition. Already winning medals among them too. But this is the conclusion. It's the women's 200-metre butterfly final. So Stirling versus Edinburgh between the yellow centre lane ropes. In fact, it's a Scottish lockout of the centre four, because you've got Yvonne Brown of Aberdeen in 3, Stirling with Kiana McInnes and also Jennifer King in 6, and Edinburgh's Kira Schlossen in 5. Outside of those lanes, Birmingham's Frances New in 2, and Bath's Katrina Price in 7. That is where you'd anticipate the medals to come from. So we're coming up to the halfway stage, and it is McInnes and Schlossen, Stirling and Edinburgh, both in the black cap and the black swimsuits. They've got almost 2 seconds to King, then New, Brown and Price. Support for Frances New from Matt Morgan on the YouTube chat. She's going in lane number 2 here, and she is involved in the fight for the medal positions as things stand, with 75 metres to come. So our final 50 metres, they'll turn for home for the final time. McInnes, almost a full second over Schlossen. She's the short course champion. She's looking to double up and take the gold in the long course. She's on course for that right now. Body length advantage over Schlossen. Bronze medal position. Let's have a little look behind then. In 3, Yvonne Brown of Aberdeen. On the far side, Jennifer King in 6 of Stirling. But into the final 10, and there will be absolutely no stopping Kiana McInnes taking a gold medal back to Stirling in the women's 200-metre butterfly final. She touches home in 2:11.94. And look at this, fight for silver goes to the wire. Kira Schlossen just about holds on for Edinburgh, 2:15.01. 1200s back to Yvonne Brown. And it is a Scottish lockout in the 200-metre butterfly. Stirling, Edinburgh and Aberdeen. McInnes, Schlossen and Brown on the podium. And she looks pretty exhausted too. almost a smile on her face there. So great racing in our first final of the night, or the afternoon. I've barely been outside today. It still feels like the night time. It is most definitely the afternoon. So I've got some messages coming in on the YouTube chat already. Please do keep them coming. I'll try and write down notes and make sure I mention them during the races. But just in case, we've got good looks for Oliver Motkin, Tom the Bicep Carswell in some of the finals tonight. Good luck Heather Whitcomb in the 100 backstroke from all at Soundwell Swimming Club. Go UE Sports Performance. Good luck to Bath and Lewis Maxwell in the 200 IM. All your family watching from Chester Street. The men's 200-metre butterfly final. Starting in lane 0. It is Mark Elric of Glasgow. In 1, Andrew Hong of Oxford. In 2, George Barber of Sheffield Hallam. In 3, Josh Gammon of Bath. In 4, J. L. Elliott of Sheffield Hallam. Big wave to his fans in the crowd. Jacob Goodman of Loughborough in 5. Archie Goodburn, his teammate of Loughborough in 6. In Southern, Stirling's Albertus Bangin. In 8, Edinburgh's Benjamin Chuyin. And in lane number 9, Nottingham, Cyril Schleiper. So Jay Lelliott, a man on form. Sheffield Hallam, a 2:02.51 in the heats, grabs him lane number 4. Big competition to his left and right. Josh Gammon of Bath, beaten by 3.5 seconds in the heats, but Gammon is the short course gold medal champion from December. And Jacob Goodman in lane number 5 to his opposite side of Loughborough, the bronze medalist at those championships. So a final full of quality. The BUCS record is 1:57.93, which is 4.5 seconds quicker than Lelliott, the fastest swim from the heats. So it will take something incredibly special for the guys to beat that. That was set back in 2015 by Cameron Brodie. So your top 2 coming through the first 100 metres. Archie Goodburn going well of Loughborough. His teammate Jacob Goodman to his left-hand side. In lane 4 is Jay Lelliott by a tiny margin, less than half a second. 300 separating the Loughborough teammates. Second half back to Gammon, Hong and Elric. Not going too badly in lane number 1, Andrew Hong of Oxford. You can still sense a bronze medal in there somewhere, potentially more. But time is running out. And they'll turn for home. Still our top 2, Lelliott and Goodman, back down to 0.38 now. He's gained about 0.07 of a second over that 50 metres. He needs to find a lot more over this final 25. But they will go at it. This is a 2-man race now for gold. And I tell you what, he's coming back, Jacob Goodman of Loughborough. He's getting supported by his teammates in the crowd here, and he's overtaken into the final 10. Jacob Goodman of Loughborough is going to take over Jay Lelliott, and Loughborough will get another gold at these Speedo and BUCS championships. 2 minutes, 0.24. Both men beat their time from the heats. My goodness me, Josh Gammon, the short course champion from December, gets a bronze in the long course. And Jacob Goodman does exactly the opposite. He turns a bronze in the short course into a gold here in Sheffield this afternoon. Whew, wow. Coming up next, the 100-metre freestyles. And we're going to start with the women's, as we do throughout the entire session, before moving on to the men's. You can see 10 pairs of legs on the far side. That is our competitors and finalists waiting to make their announced entrance. Waiting for our final competitors to make their way to the pool. Nothing, no energy reserved in that 200 butterfly final. And here we go then, the women's 100-metre freestyle. From lane 0, that is Edinburgh's Monique Olivier. In 1, Stirling's Ilana Morgan. In 2, Amy Davies representing Nottingham. In 3, Emma Russell of Stirling. In 4, Loughborough's Louise Hanson. In 5, Sheffield Hallam's Kate Clifton. In 6, Swansea's Becca Sutton. In 7, Bath's Jemima Hall. In 8, Katie Goodburn representing Edinburgh. And in lane 9, it is Loughborough's Jess Podger. So Louise Hanson of Loughborough in 4, fastest from the heats. Gold medalist in the short course championship of the 100-metre freestyle. Top female performer at the short course championships. She's the one everyone wants to beat silver medalist in the short course, Kate Clifton. Is in lane number 5, just next door. And away we go, 100 metres between one of these girls and a gold medal. And you can see straight away, quickest out the traps is Louise Hanson of Loughborough, starting as she means to go on. Kate Clifton of Sheffield Hallam to her left-hand side. To her right, it is Emma Russell of Stirling. And that trio will turn for home. 0.32 back to Clifton, 0.4 back to Russell. Then just about a second back to Sutton, Goodwin and Hall. So very much the race on for medals here. Leading the way, no surprise whatsoever, Louise Hanson. She's the short course champion. She wants to be the long course champion. And she's going about this absolutely the right way. Tailing to her left and right, Emma Russell and Kate Clifton battling out for silver and bronze, but no doubt about your gold medalist, 55.26 for Louise Hanson, just outside the BUCS record. Emma Russell of Stirling takes the silver and Kate Clifton the bronze. So 0.65 of a second separating Hanson and Russell. Kate Clifton a 56.36.
Your finalists for the men's 100 metres freestyle.
Here we are then, the men's 100 metre freestyle. In 0 Stirling's Charlie Poole. In lane 1, Edinburgh's Tom Carswell. In 2, Finn Nicol representing Swansea. In 3, Loughborough's Alex Cahoon. In 4, Thomas Watkin of Sheffield Hallam. In 5, Jamie Ingram representing Manchester. In 6, Felix Aubeck representing Loughborough. In 7, Theo Cannon of Cambridge. In 8, Bruno Kempster representing Bath. And in lane number 9, it is Stirling's Henry Baker. Off we go. No reigning champion from the short course, Andreas Vizayas. He's concentrating on other events. We do have our silver medalist from the short course at Jamie Ingram. He was second fastest behind Tom Watkin, who is in lane number 4. Big support here for lane number 1's Tom the Biceps Carswell representing Edinburgh. Apparently he is built differently to everybody else. He's currently in the top 5 positions. And they turn, look at this. This is vast contrast to the women's race. 3 men up top. It is through the centre. That is Alex Cahoon, Tom Watkin and Jamie Ingram, Loughborough, Sheffield and Manchester. And it's in lane 5, Jamie Ingram that's going for it. Great support here in the venue. This is incredibly close, folks. In 6 coming back is Felix Aubeck. Any of 4. It doesn't go into 3. Who gets gold, silver, bronze? Alex Cahoon, your gold medalist. Jamie Ingram the silver. Felix Aubeck the bronze. And Tom Watkin, fastest from the heats, missing out in 4th place. What a finish to the men's 100 metre freestyle final. My goodness me. Can he quite believe it? It is Alex Cahoon's gold medal that he'll be taking back to Loughborough. Jamie Ingram, from lane number 5 takes home a silver medal. That's 2 silvers for Jamie from the short course and the long course. Gripping stuff here at Ponds Forge. Back to the women. It's going to be the 100-metre breaststroke coming up very shortly.
Please welcome to poolside your finalists for the women's 100 meters breaststroke.
Here we come then, 100-metre breaststroke final for our women. From lane 0, it is Swansea's Sophie Payne. In 1, representing her team Swansea, teammates Kamelina Stoimanova. Nottingham Trent's Kira Fletcher in 2. In 3, Katie Robertson of Edinburgh. In 4, Cara Handland of Edinburgh. In 5, Winchester's Kyla Mower. Sheffield Hallam's Beth Dennis in 6. Loughborough's Kieran Harries in 7. In 8, Manchester Nisa Elena Gogu. And in 9, Stirling's Victoria Russell. The 100-metre breaststroke final for the women. BUCS record is 107.78. Cara Handland did a 108.85 in the heats. Can she go a little bit quicker? Can she get hands on a gold medal? She did so at the Short Course Championships a few months ago. Beth Dennis of Sheffield Hallam was a silver medalist at those championships. She is in lane 6. She'll be looking to go 1 better here at the long course. So 2 Edinburgh teammates in 3 and 4. Swansea teammates in 0 and 1. And nice to see Winchester represented here by Kayla Moore. She's having a fantastic championships. But it is lane number 4, Cara Handland, the favourite for this title, who turns for home first. She's got a body length advantage over Katie Robertson of Edinburgh to her left-hand side, and 1 lane above her is Kyla Moore of Winchester. Moore is being pegged back hard by Beth Dennis of Sheffield. She's going to get overtaken, in fact, into this final 10 metres. Your gold medalist, Cara Handland, surely she's got this absolutely nailed on. Coming through in 6, Beth Dennis for the silver medal. Can she take it ahead of Kyla Moore? Your gold medal goes to Cara Handland, 107.64. She doubles up from the short course. Kyla Moore, bronze medal, because Beth Dennis just comes through. All 3 of those women going sub 110. So 107.64. I make that a new BUCS record by 0.14 of a second. So Cara Handland, not only a gold medal, a new BUCS record, 107.64. Congratulations to Edinburgh's Handland. That is a super time and a super race. So that time was set by Sarah Vasey back in 2017. So that, I believe, is our 4th BUCS record of the championship broken. And I wouldn't bet against it being the last either. So now we move on to the men's 100-metre breaststroke final. Here they come. In lane 0, representing Bath, that is Tom Beagley. Looking pretty nonchalant. In 1, Loughborough's David Bloomfield. In 2, Birmingham's David Shipman. Edinburgh's Usain Cook is in lane number 3. In 4, Greg Butler from Loughborough. In 5, Swansea's Panayatas Panaratos. In 6, Stirling's Will Ellington. In lane 7, Charlie Hallett representing Marjon. In 8, Surrey's Sam Neild. And in lane number 9, Stirling's Rory Dixon. The men's 100 metre breaststroke final. Greg Butler, fastest from the heats, a 1:01.08. He was, you'll not be surprised to hear, this will be a theme running through, also the gold medalist at the Short Course Championships in December. The BUCS record is 59.42. David Bloomfield, silver medalist from the short course in lane 1, and Panayatas Panaratos, bronze medalist from that championship. Down they go, and up they come. So literally within 25 metres, you see your top 3. Just minimally in front, Usain Cook, Greg Butler, Panayatas Panaratos. Keep your eye on David Bloomfield in lane number 1 too. He's got a great second 50 on him. But in 4, Greg Butler of Loughborough, taking control of this final through the halfway mark. To his left-hand side now is Usain Cook, and he will not let him go lightly. He's already closing the gap from the halfway mark. He's had a good turn here, has Cook. In 5, Panayatas Panaratos of Swansea. These are our top 3. The rest of the field, lots of work to do in the final 25 metres. But in 4, Greg Butler and Loughborough. It's another gold going the way of the Purple Army. Behind him to his left, Usain Cook battling with Panaratos for silver and bronze. But Butler, 1:77 for the gold medal. Panayatas Panaratos does come through, 1:02.6 for silver. And Usain Cook, 1:02.85, Edinburgh's bronze. David Bloomfield from lane 1, just missing out on the podium in 4th position. And Greg Butler dropping down there, a 1:77, fastest time of the entire competition in the 100 breaststroke. Coming up next, it is the women's 200 metre individual medley. These are such a joy to watch, these medleys. Yeah, the change in order between legs can sometimes be quite unbelievable, the distances that can be made up if you're a specialist in a particular stroke. So let's just enjoy the next 2 medleys. It will be absolutely wonderful. Here are the finalists for the women's 200 IM from lane 0. That is Edinburgh's Olivia Butler. In lane number 2, it is Queen Margaret Elisa MacDonald. Amelia Monaghan of Sheffield Hallam. In 3, Yvonne Brown of Aberdeen. In lane 4, Sheffield's Amber Keegan. In 5, Lily Booker of Loughborough. In 6, Birmingham's Frances New. In 7 of Edinburgh, Kira Schlossen. In lane number 8, Rachel Anderson of Loughborough. And in 9, Swansea's Laura Sharp. And in the online chat, support for Frances New from Liz. Your father will be shouting at the TV screen in Crystal Palace as loudly as he usually does at Ponsford. We are so proud of you for getting gold in the 400 IM. Well, here we are in the 200. Can she do it at the shorter distance? Away they go. So 2 19s in the heats from Yvonne Brown, Amber Keegan and Lily Booker. The BUCS record is 2:13.84. Phenomenal time. That was set by Loughborough's Abby Wood in 2018. And this is what I'm talking about, see? In lane 7, Kira Schlossen with a great butterfly to start things off. In lane 5, Lily Booker in second position. And now things change already, so Schlossen with the great butterfly. She's already falling back into second, maybe third or fourth position through the second leg, as Lily Booker has the body length advantage on the favourite from the heats, Amber Keegan. Over in lane number 8, Rachel Anderson having a fantastic backstroke leg. She can move into possibly second position. Look at down in lane 0 here, Olivia Butler of Edinburgh. Clearly a backstroke specialist. Onto the breaststroke. What changes are we going to find here now? In 5, it is still Lily Booker. She's having a great opening 3 legs. And behind her, when we get a vision here at the end of the pool of the remainder of the field here, it's almost a straight line. So you take out Amber Keegan, you take out Lily Booker. There's a massive battle on here. Yvonne Brown of Aberdeen just about moving into that bronze medal position with 50 to go now at the turn. 2.6 seconds, Booker's lead over Keegan. Yvonne Brown 4.1 back, then 5 seconds back to Monaghan, New McDonald and Anderson and onwards. But on the freestyle leg, 2 body lengths advantage then. Lily Booker, second fastest from the heats. She's leading into the final 25 here when she's racing for a gold medal. Silver medal position is with Amber Keegan. Behind them, the bronze currently sitting with Yvonne Brown, but coming back in 6 is Frances New. In lane 5, your gold medalist will be Lily Booker and Loughborough, a 2:15.25. Silver for Amber Keegan, and the bronze is taken by Yvonne Brown. So Lily Booker turns a silver medal at the short course into a gold at the long course. All confirmed on our screens here in the venue. Booker, Keegan and Brown for Loughborough, Sheffield and Aberdeen. Just missing out on the podium, Frances New and Amelia Monaghan. Now it is the men's 200 metre individual medley. And here come our competitors from the top left-hand side of your screen. Aberdeen's Tom Robinson on the near side. Lewis Maxwell of Bath in 1. Dylan Gallagher of Swansea in lane number 2. In 3, Miles Drabwell of Bath. Fastest from the heats, Loughborough's Charlie Hutchinson goes in 4. His teammate in 5, Ben Harrison. Pierce Greening of Stirling in 6. In Southern, Angus Allison representing Stirling. In 8, John Britton of Imperial. And in 9, Konstantinos Hadjikonstatis representing Nottingham. So Charlie Hutchinson in 4, gold medalist from the short course. And he was the fastest from the heats. His teammate Ben Harrison was a bronze medalist at the short course championships. The silver medalist not here in the competition. And there is a shape for in the YouTube chat. Karina Penton says, good luck Bath, and Lewis Maxwell in the 200 IM. All the family watching from Chester Street. And he has started well, 3rd position through the butterfly. Charlie Hutchinson of Loughborough starting as he means to go on, continuing where he left off from the heats. And Lewis Maxwell is still going to be in silver medal position here at the halfway stage. Miles Drabwell and then Ben Harrison. Now your top 4, and in fact we have a top 5 because Angus Allison of Stirling over in Southern completes a quad of swimmers pushing through the breaststroke. In lane 8, John Britton of Imperial having a fairly good breaststroke too, just as Lewis Maxwell just starts to fall away slightly through the 3rd 50. Charlie Hutchinson turns with a 1.24 lead onto the freestyle. 2.18 and 2.5 back to Harrison and Britton. So the centre lanes aren't going to get their way entirely here unless Ben Harrison can pull something out of the bag in the final 25 metres. He's definitely going to give this a go. But the pink cap of Angus Allison and Stirling in lane number 7, currently in silver medal position. But your gold medalist, Charlie Hutchinson of Loughborough, is going to win this by a body length. And in a time of 2:02.94, a couple of seconds outside the BUCS record, Angus Allison does grab the silver for Stirling, 2:04.76. And Ben Harrison makes it a Loughborough gold and bronze. Charlie Hutchinson, 2:02.94 your winner. Allison for Stirling, Harrison for Loughborough. Just missing out on the podium is John Britton, and then Lewis Maxwell. Started very well, Maxwell. Just tailed off on the 3rd leg. Right, now we go to the opposite end of the pool to start, because it's the 50-metre butterflies here.
Please welcome to poolside to finalists with the women's 50 meters butterfly.
So starting from lane number 9, your finalists, being supported by her cousins back in the Shetland Isles. It is Emmy Hutchinson representing Strathclyde. In 8, Edinburgh's Imerella Bella Thorpe. In Southern, Loughborough's Maisie Elliott. And in 6, Derby's Georgie Pryor. In 5, Stirling's Kiana McInnes. In 4, Loughborough's Louise Hanson. In 3, Aberdeen's Yasmin Perry. In 2, Cardiff's Duru Tanir. In lane 1, Sheffield Hallam's Kira Standing. And in lane 0, Bath Spar's Agata Malikova. Louise Hanson, already a gold medalist at these championships. She goes in lane number 4, representing Loughborough. 26.91 entry or heat time. Almost a full second quicker than her closest competitors, Kiana McInnes, Yasmin Perry and Georgie Pryor. She is the gold medalist from the short course championship in the 50 butterfly. Right, then this won't take much more than 25 seconds to complete. Yasmin Perry got the bronze in the short course, Georgie Pryor got the silver. Kiana McInnes trying to muscle in on that podium here in the long course. Into the final 15 metres, it is Louise Hanson of Loughborough that leads over in 6. It is Georgie Pryor of Derby. Between them, Kiana McInnes, can she finish up the podium? She can indeed. Louise Hanson, your gold medalist. In fact, Yasmin Perry takes the bronze. Kiana McInnes gets in for silver. A 26.55, 2/10 outside the BUCS record for Louise Hanson. Kiana McInnes, a silver for Stirling. So she does spoil the party. Yasmin Perry settles for bronze again from the short course, and now the long course. Great swimming from our 3 podium athletes. And next up, it is the men's 50-metre butterfly final. In lane 9 from Manchester Met is Neil Wiley. In 8 from Cardiff Met is Jake Fabi. Southern Stirling's Chris Muir. In 6 Edinburgh's Tom Carswell. In 5 King's College Brian Long. In 4 Lewis Fraser from Swansea. In 3 Manchester's Jamie Ingram. In lane 2 Loughborough's Archie Goodburn. In lane 1 Sheffield Hallam's Aaron Fox. And in lane 0 it is Bath's Josh Gammon. I do love the wings on the shorts of Aaron Fox. Can he fly the next 50 metres and grab himself a medal? Short course champion Andreas Bazaev's not with us. Silver medalist from that race, Lewis Fraser, goes in 4. Now we also got the bronze medalist from the short course, Jamie Ingram of Manchester, in lane number 3. So lots of support here for Brian Long, as there has been throughout the championship, and his King's College teammates. Can he take a medal home to put on the mantelpiece? Here in 4, Lewis Fraser of Swansea, fastest from the heats. Surely this is his to lose now. Into the final stroke. It is a gold medal for Lewis Fraser, 23.91. 3/10 off the BUCS record. Brian Long, King's College will be going crazy. He's just won a silver medal in the 50-metre butterfly final. And Josh Gammon of Bath, a 24.81, ties for 3rd place. We've got a tie in bronze. Josh Gammon and Tom Carswell, Bath and Edinburgh. Oh, that's the quick stuff done. We can, I'm going to say take a breath, but it doesn't really work like that here at the Speedo and BUCS Championships. There is absolutely no rest between races. Maybe a short one just to get the backstroke ledges into the pool there. So that's the first time we've seen this championship, and even in the short course I don't remember seeing a tie for a medal. That's exactly what we've just seen in the 50 metres. If it's going to happen anywhere, it's going to be in the 50 metre races. They are exceptionally exciting and quick. Right, here we go then. 100 metre backstroke for the women. From lane 0, Sophie Maguire in 1, her teammate from Birmingham, Alexandra Waller. In 2, Edinburgh's Iona Sasha. In 3, Loughborough's Honey Osrin. In 4, Swansea's Medi Harris. In lane number 5, Loughborough's Lauren Cox. In 6, representing Swansea, Becca Sutton. In 7, representing University West of England, Heather Whitcomb. In 8, Bristol's Oriana Munden. And in lane number 9, Surrey's Tegan Drew. So strong support here from Steve on the YouTube chat for Heather Whitcomb, and everybody at Soundwell Swimming Club. Go Team UE Sports Performance. I must say, as a UE alumni, I do have a soft spot for any UE swimmers here in Sheffield. There we go. So from the short course championships, we only have Medi Harris, who got a silver medal at that championship. However, in the heats this morning, Medi Harris set a BUCS new record for Swansea. That's why she's in lane 4. It was 1 minute .22, over 2 seconds quicker than anybody else in this field. Lauren Cox of Loughborough was the closest to her. But look at this, exactly as we saw in the heats. If she can beat 1 minute .22, she'll set a second consecutive record. Surely she can't set twice on the same day. But my goodness me, she is going for it. Lauren Cox of Loughborough currently in the silver medal position in lane number 5. Behind her, in lane 6, you got Becca Sutton. In 3, that is Honey Osrin of Loughborough as well. But into the final 15 metres, it's all about the clock here. 1.22 is what we're looking at. That was her BUCS record for this morning. Can she get a gold medal to attach to that record? And she's absolutely done it again! Twice in the same day. It's 59.3, a new BUCS record, the first ever woman to go under 1 minute. Medi Harris, a gold medal and a second consecutive BUCS record. Lauren Cox the silver, Honey Osrin the bronze, a Loughborough 2-3, but this is all about Medi Harris today. First ever woman at BUCS in the 100 back to go under 60 seconds, and she didn't just go under it, she's gone 0.7 of a second under it. Phenomenal from Medi Harris. What a day for the Swansea swimmer. Right, let's get on then. It's the final individual event of the entire championship. It's just medley relays after this. It is the 100 metre backstroke for the men. In 0, James Mayrick of Southampton. In 1, Bath's Cam Brooker. In 2, Derby's Elliot Clogg. In 3, Loughborough's Andreas Vazeas always gives a wave to the stand. Oliver Morgan of Birmingham, fastest from the heats. Fist in the air from him. Joe Small of Swansea in 5. Bath, Jonathan Adam in 6. In Southern, Stirling's Nicholas Pyle. In 8, Edinburgh's Scott Gibson. And in lane number 9, where is he? There he is. It's Jay Lelliot somewhere. There he is. In fact, no, we don't have Jay Lelliot. So it seems we have no Jay Lelliot here for Sheffield in lane number 9. That's a real surprise in the finals. Regardless, Andreas Vazeas in lane 3. Dominant in the short course championship, not having things his way here at the long course. Nicholas Parr, bronze medalist from the short course in lane number 7. Final individual race of these championships. 54.42 is the BUCS record. Oliver Morgan was a 55.4, 1 second back from that record. What have they saved, these guys? This is their final effort. What can they do? In 6, Jonathan Adam. In 4, Oliver Morgan. In 3, Andreas Vazeas. They'll be your top 3 at the turn. Brooker and Gibson also within a quarter of a second. We've got 5 swimmers here. Look at lane number 1. Look at Cam Brooker down on the near side here in the blue cap. He's had a great turn and a great first 75, but here come the boys in the middle. Here comes Andreas Vazeas, the Greek from Loughborough. In 4, it's Oliver Morgan. In 5, it's Joe Small. Still up there is Cam Brooker of Bath. Who's going to take this one? Will it be the Greek? Can he regain his crown? No, he can't. He goes to Oliver Morgan, 55.2. Half a second outside the BUCS record. Vazeas, again a silver medalist at these championships. Cam Brooker, a fantastic race from lane number 1, 55.76. Oliver Morgan, what a race. And there's plenty of support for him online as well. Support from Brian coming in for Oliver Morgan. Rebecca says, go Oliver. Well, they are going to be incredibly happy right now. I can almost hear them. Great race to end the individual championships. We now move on very shortly to our team events. We're going to have 4 races, A and B finals. Let me just get my paperwork in order here. So we've got the women's 4x1 medley relay. We have a B final, which is our 11th to 20th fastest swims from the heats. And then a medal final, which is the fastest 10. So first up, the women's 400 metre medley B final. From lane 0, it is Bristol. In 1, Sheffield Hallam. In 2, Warwick. In 3, East Anglia. In 4, Newcastle. In 5, Manchester Met. In lane 6 is Durham. In Southern, Cardiff Met. In lane 8 you got Lancaster. And in York in lane number 9. That York have decided not to join us, so we are 8 finalists in this women's B final. Opening leg swimmers from lane 0, Jana Marcos, Francesca Crocker, Joanna Neal, Megan Pye, Hannah Slater, Maisie Hosking, Jasmine Moore, Katie Rees, Emma Crookshanks. They will lead out their teams here. So we've got support for Warwick, we've got support for East Anglia on the chat. Let us know who you're supporting and where you're watching from. So the 4x1, we begin with the backstroke leg. And just in case this is your first time watching 4x1 medley team relays, you're in for an absolute treat here, because teams can literally go from 1st to 8th or 8th to 1st over the course of different legs, depending on what swimmers with specialities you put out in what particular order. Everything can change. Nothing is done in medleys until the final leg. So your early starters, Megan Pye representing East Anglia in lane 3. Cardiff Met a 10th back in Southern, represented by Katie Rees. So lots of support for Cardiff Met coming from Abu Dhabi. Mum and Dad are watching, supporting Amber and the team. Amber is the anchor leg for Cardiff Met, so that is going to be a thrilling end for those supporting from Abu Dhabi. But Katie Rees is going to put her team in a fantastic position. Emma Crookshanks does likewise for Lancaster. Newcastle in lane 4. They were head out by Hannah Slater. Now Ayana Lawson takes over. Taking over in 3 for East Anglia is Chelsea BN. In Southern and 8, Charlotte Frost and Catherine Danes for Cardiff Met and Lancaster. They're your top 4. In 5, that is Shannon Campbell for Manchester Met. So almost a clean 5 through the first 150 metres. 1.69 separating them. Durham have Amy Hodgson in the pool in lane number 6. Trying to get back into that top 5 at the halfway stage. On the near side, just out of view in lane number 1, that is Lucy Hatfield for Sheffield Hallam. She is alongside in 0, Elle Humphreys for Bristol. But now the first sign of a breakaway here. It is Ayana Lawson representing Newcastle. She's going to give her teammate Caitlin Oram a 2.56 advantage over Lancaster and Olivia Sykes now in the pool on the butterfly leg for them. This is where you might see a big change here. So we got one clear leader, Caitlin Oram, holding out on the butterfly for Newcastle in 4. And look how this lines up now behind them. 5, 6, 7 and 8 is Simone Ellison, Brodie Judge, Nick Thorne and Olivia Sykes for Manchester Met, Durham, Cardiff Met and Lancaster. And a 2.35 lead. It's only closed by about 0.3 of a second over that first 50 metres on the butterfly. All to do then for the anchor leg swimmers, waiting patiently, making their way onto the starting blocks. They're about 10 seconds away from taking their teams into the final 100 metres. It is still Newcastle. It will not be 2.5 seconds into the final 100. Catherine Keogh will take over. She will enter the water first. She's going to be followed by Abby Winstanley for Manchester Met. East Anglia, it's Summer Kennedy, and Durham is Grace Maskell. It's a front 4 now. This is a 100-metre freestyle race in the B final of the 4x1 medley team for the women. The Speedo and BUCS Long Course Championships ending with a bang here. 3 more of these races to come. And Abby Winstanley for Manchester Met has taken over. She's gained a 0.8 advantage into the final 50 metres. Catherine Keogh of Newcastle doing everything she can to maintain the advantage given by her teammates, but she's falling back here with Grace Maskell in 6 for Durham. And in lane number 3, Summer Kennedy representing East Anglia. It's a true fight into the last 10-15 metres. This could go the way of Summer Kennedy and East Anglia, you know, into the final stroke. Abby Winstanley holds on. 4:35 for Manchester Met. They take the B final. East Anglia second and Durham third. So Manchester Met, the team of Maisie Hosking, Shannon Campbell, Simone Ellison and Abby Winstanley. And I can hear the roars back in Abu Dhabi from Mum and Dad. Fantastic stuff, breathless. We've got to do this 3 more times, folks. So next up, we are racing for medals. It's the women's A final, or the medal final. 4x1 medley. Let's go again.
Please welcome to poolside your finalists for the women's 4x100 medley relay.
Right then, settle back into your seats. You can save the edge for about 3.5 minutes time. In lane number 0, of course, it is Nottingham. In lane number 1 is Loughborough. In lane number 2, team from Stirling. In lane 3, Edinburgh. In lane 4, Swansea. In 5, Aberdeen. In 6, it is Birmingham. Southern team Bath. In 8, it is Surrey. And in lane number 9, we have the team from Leeds. Opening leg swimmers from lane 0, Madeline Soper, Honey Osrin, Jennifer King, Iona Sasha, Maddie Harris, Marie Woods, Alexandra Waller, Jemima Hall, Tegan Drew, Abigail Jolly. Swansea, fastest from the heats in 4:15.88. BUCS record 4:04. So So off we go. Can we have a match, please, of the B final? It was wonderful. So who's going to go out quick here? So straight out the blocks, no messing around whatsoever for Medi Harris and Swansea. In lane number 1, that is Honey Osrin representing Loughborough. It is a surprise, I'll be honest, to see Loughborough down in lane number 1. Always a competitor across every single event here, and they've started well. In 3, that is Iona Sasha representing Edinburgh, one of the other really big universities in BUCS swimming. So Medi Harris and Swansea will lead the way through the opening backstroke leg. She hands over to Kamilia Stoimanova. Down in lane 1, Loughborough's Honey Osborne hands over to Lily Booker. So the breaststroke leg in lane number 3, Cara Hanlon now has the baton for Edinburgh. So we are seeing a breakaway of 3 here. In lane 6 and 7, that is Frances New for Birmingham and Natalia Druitt of Bath. In lane number 2, Victoria Russell going pretty nicely for Stirling, but it's still Swansea, Loughborough, Edinburgh. Those 3 within 1.2 seconds. It's 5 back to our 4th place. Remember this when we get to the finish line. So a clear front 3. Kamilia Stoimanova will hand over to Megan Allison. Cara Hanlon going to hand over to Kira Schlossen, having a great championship Schlossen. And in 1, Lily Booker is going to hand over to Louise Hansen. Here's your front 3. Swansea have fallen back into 3rd position through our second 100 metres. Who's got the best butterfly swimmer? This will be a huge advantage going into the freestyle. So can anybody catch our front 3? In 6, Frances New is hoping she can be the girl to do so. Starting well in lane 5. I tell you what, Yasmin Perry has gone off really quick for Aberdeen on the butterfly leg. It's those 2 doing the chasing. But in 1, look at Louise Hansen go now. She's moving away from Kira Schlossen. It is Loughborough versus Edinburgh at the moment, and Swansea on the butterfly leg fall a couple of metres back. Still a strong bronze medal position. But in 1, Loughborough from lane 1, they're out of position from the heats, but they are still right up front in the final. Taking over for Loughborough, it'll be Jess Podger on the final leg. She will try and bring the baton home. Great dive in from lane number 3. And that is Katie Robertson for Edinburgh. Swansea still, let's not forget them, started very strongly, still holding on, strong bronze medal position. It's Becca Sutton in the water for them. But this is a 2-woman race for the gold medal. It is Loughborough versus Edinburgh. Jess Podger leading Katie Robertson, and Becca Sutton for Swansea in the green cap. She'll turn for home with a bit of clear water, but she will not catch the front 2. So Jess Podger and Katie Robertson into the final 25 metres. And Loughborough from one of the outside lanes, still one of the favourites for this race. And they're going to come through right at the end. She's not going to be caught by Katie Robertson. Jess Podger will bring it home. Gold medal from lane 1, Loughborough. Bronze for Katie Robertson and Edinburgh. And then Swansea and Becca Sutton bring home to take up the 3rd step of the podium. A 4:06.6 for Loughborough, just 2.6 seconds outside the BUCS record. Honey Osrin, Lily Booker, Louise Hansen and Jess Podger, your gold medalists. Silver for Edinburgh, Iona Sasha, Cara Hanlon, Kira Schlossen and Katie Robertson. And a very honourable swim by Swansea. Leaders early on, Medi Harris, Kamilia Stoimanova, Megan Allison and Becca Sutton, a bronze medal for their efforts. And the rest of the field was Aberdeen and Stirling making up the top 5. before Bath, Birmingham, Surrey, Nottingham and Leeds. And that is the final bit of female swimming we'll see at this championship. Just the 2 races for the men to come. If you're having a good time enjoying what you're watching, please hit the like button on YouTube, just to show some appreciation, not just for the swimmers, but everybody behind the scenes here that makes these championships work. The referees, officials, starters, volunteers, timekeepers. There are so many people that you will never see on screen that go into making this championship what it is. So the girls make their way back to the changing rooms. And first up, our men's B final for the 4x1 medley relay. In lane 0, it is Glasgow. Very happy to be here, aren't they? In 1, it is Team Leeds. In 2, Newcastle. In 3, Lancaster. In 4, King's College. In 5, Nottingham. In 6, Manchester Met. In 7, Sheffield. In 8, Warwick. And in 9, it is Southampton. Oh, I love it, boys. Loving the hats. Will they swim with those? Very, very unlikely. But just adds to the party atmosphere here during these 4x1 medleys. So many supporters, got so many swimmers taking part in these. ...160 swimmers in all taking part in the medley relays. So these are 11th to 20th fastest from the heats. The B final, racing for positions. King's College just missing out on a place in the A medal final. In fact, they tied with the time of Aberdeen as they missed out by 100th of a second, King's College, to get into the A final. Heartbreaking because they've got some great supporters this weekend. Shaheen Al-Ghafari leads them out. Leading out the rest of the teams, Glasgow Stuart Crawford, Leeds William Costa, Newcastle Harvey Jones, Lancaster Harry Peake, Nottingham Cyril Schleiper, Manchester Met Shaquille Jordani, Sheffield Sam Greenbank, Warwick James Grice, and for Southampton James Myrick. So look at this, the central 3 lanes, fastest from the heats, well 11th, 12th and 13th fastest, being dominated here by Sam Greenback of Sheffield in Southern. Home supporters here at Ponds Forge very happy indeed. In 6th, that was Shaquille Giordani for Manchester Met, handing over to Jay Manners. Sam Greenback has handed over to Joseph Moore. And having a fantastic breaststroke here in lane number 2, just on the far right-hand side of your screen there is Dan Morley representing Newcastle. Going incredibly strong. He's possibly put his team in the lead here from lane 2 by the halfway mark. It is Manchester Met, Newcastle and Sheffield. Jay Manners for Manchester Met. Dan Morley, Newcastle. And Joseph Moore for Bath. So lane 6, Jay Manners leading the way. So the quick start of Dan Morley down in lane number 2. He's just halted his progress. He will hand over in 2nd or 3rd position because in Southern, Joseph Moore has had a really, really good leg for Sheffield. So off we go then, 3rd leg, the butterfly. This is where everything can change. In lane number 6, it is Tom Poulton racing for Manchester Met. In Southern, That is Andre Gare for Sheffield. On this near side in 1 and 2, that's Jay Cushion for Leeds and Sam Naylor for Newcastle. Look at this, 6 go into the wall. They are chasing Manchester Met, but 6 teams within 3.5, 4 seconds of the freestyle still to come. No one is out of this yet, because in lane 4, that is Brian Long of King's College. He is the man chasing down Manchester Met and Tom Poulton. He's going to do a phenomenal job for his team here, sending them into the freestyle in 2nd position in the B final. He will hand over to Jan Ko. Jan Ko has the job of chasing down in lane number 6 Neil Wiley of Manchester Met. What can he do? He's got to keep his eye over his left shoulder, because in the green cap in lane 5 is James Chennels for Nottingham. So a 3-man race now up at the top. The rest have fallen away at the end of the butterfly and into the start of the freestyle. Manchester Met 2.6 seconds to King's College, 3.45 back to Nottingham. It is 6, 4 and 5. It is Neil Wiley, it is Jan Ko, and it is James Chennels into the final 25 metres. And this is really a battle for second now. Jan Ko and James Chennels fighting for that 2nd and 3rd place, because Neil Wiley is going to bring this home for Manchester Metropolitan. Their heat time was 4:04. They've just done a 3:55 in the B final. Jan Ko does finish in 2nd for King's College, a fist bump from his team. And James Chennels 3rd place for Nottingham. So your winners in the B final, it is Shaquille Jordani, Jay Manis, Tom Poulton and Neil Wiley. 2nd place for Shaheen Al Ghafari, Marco Zarunian, Brian Long and Jan Ko. And Nottingham. King's College disqualified. King's College are disqualified from the B final, promoting Newcastle to 3rd position and Nottingham into 2nd. So those cheers on the online chat are about to be distinguished, sadly. Not sure the reason, but it does promote Newcastle into 3rd. And now, finally, the last race of the championships. This is the men's 4x100 medley team final. This is for gold, silver and bronze. What a great championships we've had. And this could be the best race of all coming up. Swansea quickest from the heats by 3 seconds over Stirling. 2 more seconds back to Bath. They're going to be making their way to the starting blocks very shortly. So a short opportunity just to say a big thanks to our headline partners, Speedo, global brand supporting BUCS and University Swimming. Been our headline partners for the programme for the last 3 years, not just the long course but the entire Speedo and BUCS swimming series. There's the short course, long course and the team championship. The long course ends right now. This is the 4x1 men's medley final. Competing from lane 0, and that is the team from Marjan. In lane 1 it is Birmingham. In 2 Sheffield Hallam. In 3 University of Bath. In 4 Swansea. In 5 Stirling. In 6 it is Surrey. In 7 Edinburgh. In 8 Loughborough. And in lane 9 Aberdeen. This is our last race, our last final. Loughborough once again, as they were in the women's final, out of position in lane number 8. But the women won it from lane 1. Can the men do the same from lane 8? They've got to catch Stirling and Swansea, fastest teams from the heats. This is it. 3.5 minutes for a final chance at gold. Your opening leg swimmers from lane 0, Marjan Harry Noble, Birmingham Oliver Morgan, Sheffield Hallam Jay Lelliott, Bath Cam Brooker, Swansea Joe Small, Stirling Nicholas Pyle, Surrey Alex Armstrong, Edinburgh Scott Gibson, Loughborough Harry Shalaman and Aberdeen Connor Massey. So no real advantage to the first 50 metres of the backstroke. Officially it is Bath leading by 14th of a hundredth of a second. One more hundredth back to Surrey. And now it just starts to break slightly from the centre. It is Cam Brooker in 3 for Bath. He's going to hand over to Tom Beagley. In 5, Nicholas Pyle. For Stirling, going to hand over to Will Ellington. Look at lane number 1. That is Oliver Morgan. Hands over to Tom Hamilton for Birmingham. So on to the breaststroke. And Tom Hamilton, he's had a good start here. When a lane 1 winner won gold medal, that was Loughborough in the women's. Can we get a gold from lane 1 in the men's? It would be a turn up for the BUCS. Fastest from the heat, Swansea were a 3:48. The BUCS record, it's probably out of distance, is a 3:38.35. So we're just going to concentrate on this second 50 of the breaststroke. In 4, Paniatas Panaretos, swimming for Swansea. He's had a good first 50 of his breaststroke. He could hand over in the lead here to his teammate. He's going to be handing over to Lewis Fraser on the 3rd leg for Swansea. Over in lane number 8 now, Greg Butler. Here they come, Loughborough. He's going to hand over to the man, Andreas Verzeaus. And do you know what? Greg Butler is going to give him the lead too. Great set of breaststrokes there for our leaders. Onto the butterfly in 4. It is Lewis Fraser for Swansea. Verzeaus in 8 for Loughborough. Behind the front 2 in 3 and 5, you've got Josh Gammon for Bath and Zach Speakman for Stirling. So they've got a little bit of chasing to do here. Josh Gammon, he's having a good butterfly in a strong 3rd position. In 2, that is Aaron Fox going very well indeed for Sheffield Hallam. No medals decided yet. Nobody is clear. Zach Speakman in the white cap in lane number 5, going well for Stirling. In Southern, Tom Carswell having a pretty good ride down the back straight for Edinburgh. But in goes Felix Aubeck for Loughborough. In goes, in lane number 4, Finn Nickel for Swansea. And in 3rd position, bronze medal position, as we speak, in lane number 3 is Bruno Kempster for Team Bath. They are your front 3, doing their best to chase them down in Southern. That is David Cumberledge for Edinburgh. Another fantastic university, having a great championships here at Ponds Forge. It is Verzeaus out in 8. He's got a .62 advantage. This is the final gold on offer at Ponds Forge and the Speedo and BUCS Championships. In 4, it is Finn Nickel. Can he bring this through for Swansea? They couldn't get gold in the women's. Can they do any better in the men's? They're going to get the silver most definitely. But in 8, it is Felix Aubeck. Loughborough do it again. First in the women's from lane 1, and in the men's from lane number 8. Double gold in the 4x1 medley for Loughborough. Finn Nickel brings home a silver medal in lane number 4 for Swansea. And the bronze, Bruno Kempster, finished things off for Bath. So your winning team, Loughborough, Harry Shalaman, Greg Butler, Andreas Verzeaus and Felix Aubeck. Fantastic way to end these championships. If you haven't done so already, much appreciated. There's a DQ, in fact, on the 4x1 medley team. Really just come up on the board. It is a DQ for Marjan. It does not affect the top 3. Loughborough, Swansea and Bath gold, silver, bronze. So a huge thank you to all of our competitors. Those of you watching at home and maybe watching YouTube in the venue too, thank you for getting involved in the chat. My name's been Ewan Dunlop. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you 3 days of action from Ponds Forge International Sports Centre. We have reached the conclusion of the Long Course Championship brought to you by Speedo and BUCS in 2022. Big thank you to our headline partner Speedo. They've been with us throughout the weekend. They've been a great partner for 3 years so far. Honour to have them on board. And Teach First, also a partner here at the Speedo and BUCS Long Course Championships. If you're interested in a career in teaching, please do get involved and have a conversation with them. They are one of the leading providers of courses in that area. So folks, that is it. The Long Course Championships here at Ponds Forge International Sports Centre is officially brought to a close. We will have the presentation ceremony that'll be coming up very shortly. But from myself and the commentary team here, a big thank you to our swimmers, our officials, our volunteers, those you cannot see in the timing booth, and everybody that makes this event happen. It doesn't just happen this weekend, it is weeks and weeks and months of build-ups to make sure it runs smoothly, safely and professionally. So if you can hit the like button just to show some appreciation before you go away, that would be absolutely wonderful. But from myself, it is a huge thank you, and from Ponds Forge in Sheffield and the Speedo and BUCS Long Course Championships 2022, it is a good afternoon and goodbye.
Congratulations to our medalists. The presentation for the women's 200 meters butterfly. the presentation for the men's 200 meters individual medley. Bronze medalist representing Loughborough, Ben Harrison. Silver medalist representing Stirling, Angus Allison. Gold medalist and BUCS champion for 2022, representing Loughborough, Charlie Hutchison. Congratulations to our medalists. The presentation for the women's 50 meters butterfly. Bronze medalist representing Aberdeen, Osman Perry. Silver medalist representing Stirling, Nana McInnes. Gold medalist and BUCS champion for 2022, representing Loughborough, Louise Hansen. Congratulations to our medalists. The presentation of the men's 50 meters butterfly. Joint bronze medalist representing Edinburgh, Tom Carswell. And representing Bath, Josh Gammett. Silver medalist representing King's College, Brian Dunn. Gold medalist and BUCS champion for 2022, representing Swansea, Lewis Fraser. Congratulations to our medalists. The presentation for the women's 100 meters backstroke. Bronze medalist representing Loughborough, Honey Osrin. Silver medalist representing Loughborough, Lauren Cox. Gold medalist and BUCS champion for 2022 with a new BUCS record time, representing Swansea, Melly Harris. Congratulations to our medalists. The presentation for the men's 100 meters backstroke. Bronze medalist representing Bath, Kat Brooker. Silver medalist representing Loughborough, Andreas Visayas. Gold medalist and BUCS champion for 2022, representing Birmingham, Oliver Morgan. representation for the women's 4x100 medley relay. Bronze medalist, Swansea. Swansea were represented by Betty Harris, Emilia Stomanova, Megan Allison and Becca Sutton. Silver medalist, Edinburgh. Edinburgh were represented by Joanna Sasha, Carl Hanlon, Yara Slotten and Katie Robertson. Gold medalists and BUCS champions for 2022, Loughborough. Loughborough were represented by Carly Oswald, Lily Booker, Louise Hanson and Jess Colger. Congratulations to our medalists. The presentation for the men's 4x100 medley relay. Bronze medalist, Bath. Bath were represented by Pam Brooker, Tom Deatley, Josh Gammon and Bruno Kempster. Silver medalist, Swansea. Swansea were represented by Joe Small, Panagiotis Panaretos, Lewis Fraser and Finn Nicol. Gold medalist and BUCS for champions for 2022, Loughborough. Loughborough were represented by Harry Shalaman, Greg Butler, Andreas Visayas and Felix Olbrook. Congratulations to